Only the top 1% will make 10K plus per month in their agency. And here's exactly why. Number one is truth is a lot of you are not going to make it in the agency game. But why do I necessarily say that? The main thing is right now I run a school community. I can see exactly how many people view each module and join the weekly calls. And in this school, where I basically just give the entire blueprint for ads, sales, funnels, any automations, and also coach them on any bottlenecks they're running into. And I've personally spent multi six figures for and paid a lot of time and years of my life to dedicate to actually perfecting this blueprint. But only 1% of the people in the school will succeed. And the thing is, most people just won't take the first steps. They might watch a video, they might get the dopamine rush for actually opting into that school, and they think they're actually taking action when in reality it's just their brain tricking them into getting dopamine. It feels like you're taking action to the first steps, but in reality, once things get hard, once you actually finally have to start, you're not going to take the action. Or they just give up and go to another shiny business model like dropshipping, Amazon FBA, or etc. I know exactly how they feel because I was in the same boat. When I first got into Tai Lopez when I was 16 years old, I drove around to nearby restaurants after school, and then I'll pitch them SMMA, I'll pitch them SEO, I'll pitch them ads. After 1 weekend, I quit. And then where did I go? I went to dropshipping. And then after dropshipping, I got to $200, $300 per day. Then where did I go? I went to Amazon FBA because it's the next shiny and big thing. And then after that, essentially, I ordered 2 batches of bachelorette sashes, and then we sold a couple, maybe $3,000 a month. Then where did I go? I went to day trading. And then from day trading, got into Tim Sykes, did a bunch of day trades. And then once things got hard, I quit. Then where did I go? I went back to SaaS. So with SaaS, I didn't understand marketing, didn't understand sales. Then where did I go? I went to agency. So agency actually taught me everything I know in business nowadays with sales, marketing, funnels, how to actually just acquire clients at scale with having a method that's not just using cold outreach. And you have the infinite scalability of ads. So how do you really ensure that you succeed in this world, given that so many people give up and only the top 1% is going to actually make it in business? The truth is the universe is not crazy enough to reward undeserving people. And put yourself in this scenario. Imagine going to a gym once a month, eating McDonald's every single day, versus a person going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, consistently, and also eating clean. Who's going to get better results? Now apply that to business. And with me, when I first got into a gym, I was probably not even doing the best things, right? I was doing lateral raises combined with chest. I didn't even have any split, and I would never do legs. Nowadays I do legs, but for the most part, I wasn't doing anything. And after 1 summer, everybody mentioned that I look a lot better and a lot stronger. So I wasn't even doing the most optimized exercises. I didn't have any protein in my diet, and I was still able to achieve that result. And then applying this to business, the guy that does the inputs every single day will get the output that they want. Doesn't matter if you're tired, doesn't matter if you feel bad that day, doesn't matter if your friends are currently going out. You really need to have sacrifice, especially when you first begin. The first month, the first 2 months, you need to have that momentum in your business to actually scale it up. Afterwards, I do like a good work-life balance, but to be honest, a lot of people that really succeed in business, they don't really have that work-life balance. But it's really up to you once you hit that 10K per month on how you want to live. And you shouldn't expect results if you don't put in the work. Like I mentioned before with the gym analogy, imagine not putting in the work and then blaming it on your genetics or blaming it on external factors, when in reality, it's just like you didn't put in enough hours in the craft and you didn't put in enough hard work. It will be hard in the beginning. I'm not going to lie to you because you simply just don't know where to start. You might be doing stuff wrong. For example, I was doing lateral raises every single day, and I was doing tricep pushdowns every single day, and I didn't even eat enough protein. I maybe had 50 grams of protein per day. And thing is, I still got results, like I mentioned before, even with incorrect inputs, but it's just a matter of me doing that input every single day in, day out, didn't matter how I feel, over a summer to get those results. So like I mentioned before, you will see results come in. Even if your process is not optimized, you'll learn in the process. You just have to jump, take that leap of faith, and then you'll learn how to solve bottlenecks and everything along in the process. So essentially, you need to treat your business like the gym. And only 1% of the population, less than 1% of the population, can actually bench 225 on the bench press. And truth is, only less than 1% of that will be able to actually hit 10K per month, because chances are they will give up even before then. So the only thing you need to do for the next 6 months is to basically put in so much input every single day and simply just not give up. If you give up, everything will be useless. As long as you don't give up, you have skin in the game, you're in the game, you're going to get the results you want, no matter how long it takes. For some people, it might be 2 weeks in. For some people, it might be 2 months in. For me, I got to 10K per month, my third month in business. So for you, you really need to put in enough inputs so that way your output is not based on luck. It's just based on what you're currently doing in order to drive more traffic and more visibility to your business and fulfill it for your clients. Afterwards, once you hit 10K per month, you could scale beyond, or you could just take a chill pill and go live on a beach in Bali or Thailand or whatever you want to do. But for me, I want to build something big. And one analogy I also want to bring up is this guy in my school community. So this guy, I'm going to hide his name, but the first ever weekly call I had, he showed up. And every single week after that, he's been showing up every single day. And today I got a text on school from him, basically sent his first invoice, $12.50 setup, $500 per month, 6-month commitment. So he was putting in effort every single day. He was posting in the school about how he feels like everything's on fire. It feels like he's jumping off a cliff and building that airplane. But in reality, he did put in all the actions. He watched all the modules, and then he kept showing up to the calls with any bottlenecks he had, and then we were able to solve it. So if you really want to take action, you need to be the 1%, like this guy I mentioned in the school, in order to actually achieve your goals. If you don't take in enough input, and if you're not even scared, if you're not scared of how much input you're putting in, you're probably not doing enough. So I'll catch you in the next video, or I'll catch you in the school community if you want the entire blueprint, and I'll see you later.